Uh-oh. I got the news to put out. News that I had done. But this is important. This is for these Elden Ring fans. Let me get this out the way real quick. Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Mornings. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. Alright, what I got for you? Oh, let's talk Elden Rings here. Let's see what we got here. We got some updates. First things first, Elden Ring sold 2 million copies already. Nightreign sold 2 million copies. It says here, Elden Ring Nightreign had 2 million players on launch day. It says here, From Software has just announced that its new game Elden Ring Nightreign has already registered over 2 million players on its launch day on Steam. It has peaked at 313k concurrent players, and it could certainly get higher during the weekend. On one hand, this is entirely unsurprising since it's a spin-off of a game that sold over 30 million copies and is now getting a movie too. On the other hand, Nightreign is inevitably an experiment to some degree. Get out of the way, HDMI cable. So there, and its formula wasn't exactly guaranteed to be equally attractive. Indeed, critic scores were a bit lower than usual for a Japanese studio. However, our Francesco Di Mio still enjoyed this time with the game, and outlined in his 9/10 review published earlier this week. It says, Elden Ring Nightreign's, more than many other From Software title is likely to be an acquired taste for most players. My first expedition into the Limvale weren't particularly enjoyable, but the more I learn its mechanics, the less I expect a traditional Soul-like, with some elements sprinkled in. The more the game grew on me. Now, after dozens of failed expeditions and a handful of successful ones spread over 30 plus hours, I find it hard to put down. With wealth of characters, customization, and options, and the tension of a ticking clock dictating the fast pace of the experience, Elden Ring Nightreign is an engaging, exhilarating experience that even those with only a passing interest in From Software games, or those with skeptical about it, should give a chance. Like me, they may find themselves drawn to Night so deeply that they may never want to leave. See what I mean? Then it says Elden Ring Nightreign is one of the most unique titles ever developed by From Software, and arguably one of their best to date. Adapting the traditional slow-paced Souls formula into a fast-paced co-op focused experience with roguelike elements was no easy feat, but the Japanese studio has fully delivered, once again proving why they remain masters of their craft. See, this is why I told you, never trust Metacritic, because they were trying to compare Elden Ring Nightreign to the first game. Elden Ring Nightreign is not like the main game. It's more like if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, Tower of Doom, and Shadows of Mysteria. That's what you compare it to, okay? But it's set in an open world environment. That's what you compare it to. And if you've ever played what's that game? Legends of Untold Kingdoms on PlayStation 3. That's what you compare it to, okay? Yeah. And for those people, that game is fun too, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, what else we got on the Elden Rings? And oh, by the way, I will put that 45-minute 44-minute gameplay footage of Elden Rings with the trailer in the description box, just to let you know. All right, let me get this out of the way here. It says here, Elden Ring Nightreign's patch 1.0.1 is available for download. Said back when From Software announced Elden Ring Nightreign back at last year's Game Award, I, like just about everyone, was skeptical. I mean, How could we not be? A battle royale roguelike soul-like with an Elden Ring coat of paint. I said coast. Coat of paint on it, all the while being a multiplayer only game, and then on top of it being one of the first game not being helmed by the legendary Hidetaka Miyazaki. But since the game beta test, hopes have risen with the game defying our expectation, and now I'm actually quite excited to play the game when it comes out in a few hours. Speaking of the game launch, hours before it come out, the game already received its first patch titled 1.0.1 and is now available for download. And it says here patch 1.0.1. These patch note details a range of updates, including improved character handling, a new soundtrack with adjustment, various texts and balance tweaks, the addition of characters, scenarios, and general bug fixes, but don't specify what bugs have been fixed. Elden Ring Nightreign patch 1.0.1 release notes. Improved handling for our playable characters, soundtrack additions and adjustment, text adjustment, balance adjustment, add characters, scenarios, and bug fixes. Where to buy Elden Rings? It says Elden Rings is a standalone adventure with the Elden Ring universe crafted to offer players a new gaming experience by reimagining the game core design. Take command of unique skilled heroes, each possessing their own abilities and their distinct flair. While individually formidable, their skill create powerful synergies when they unite as a team. If you're interested in playing the game, you might find it on Steam. It will be released in about 5 to 6 hours. However, it could also be a good idea to wait. The game is out to see if the servers are up to the task of handling the launch, as they caused a lot of trouble during the beta. So you can find this game on the PlayStation Store, PS4 Store, Xbox One Store. You can find this game on PC on Steam. Yeah, Nightreign. You have to, if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, Towers of Doom and Shadows of Mysteria, that's what you compare Elden Rings to, but in an open world settings. It's not like the main game, and that's what most people get confused when it comes to this game. That shows you that a lot of people, they don't understand this gaming stuff. But anyway, let me get here. Let me get going here. Here's another one from PC Games, and it says the next Elden Ring Nightreign patch will deliver much needed solo buffs. It says here, From Software confirmed that Elden Ring Nightreign patch 1.0.2 will make solo play easier with additional runes and automatic revival. It says here, the next Elden Ring Nightreign patch will help struggling solo players survive the trials of Limveld. Like its predecessor before it, Nightreign is punishing RPG that will put your skills to the test, no matter which build you use, but it's been built with 3-player co-op in mind, and that's often leave lone wanderers coughing in the dust. To help rectify the issue, developer From Software confirmed that Elden Ring Nightreign patch 1.0.2 will buff solo play. And then it says here, playing alone in Elden Ring Nightreign feels like an inherited debuff. Naturally, you expect to have slightly tougher time by not being able to split the enemy focus between you and your comrade. But there is another big problem, as Nat highlight in our Elden Ring on Nightreign review. With just one person exploring in the same time frame, you're far less likely to clear out enough points of interest to gain the level and gear you need before you push into the tougher boss fight. That's the soul-like throws your way. And it says, Nightfarers, thank you for playing Elden Ring's Nightreign. The developers writes in a post via the official Elden Ring Elden Ring social media channel. Next week, patch 1.0.2 will be released and will include several bug fixes as well as improvement for solo expedition. Specifically, it mentions 2 initial inclusions with further details to come. And then it says automatic revival upon defeat effects will be applied to solo expedition, and granting you a second chance once per night boss battle. Additionally, you will gain more runes when playing alone, helping you level up fast in Nightreign before things kick off. There's no word yet on whether we'll get an extra time to explore, unfortunately, but perhaps it will make the cut when the patch actually arrives. And it says there is no date yet when Nightreign patch 1.0.2 will land, but it's sometimes between Monday June 2nd and Friday June 6th. In the meantime, if you're planning to play Elden Ring Nightreign solo, or even if you're in a group, be sure to check out our tier list of the best Elden Ring class to ensure you have the best chance of success. And it says, not sure where to go? We've broken down almost the most important keys to location in Elden Ring Nightreign map, along with a guide to Nightreign shifting events and rewards to help you come out victorious. Well, there you have it. So yeah, Elden Ring Nightreign is out on PS4, Xbox One, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and it's on the portable PCs, whether the Steam Deck, Asus ROG, Lenovo Legion Go, MSI Claw, ANEO, 1X, GPD, OXZO. It's on the Odin. It's on probably Logitech. Or an Orange Pi need to come up, and it's on your laptop and your desktop. So there, yeah. And like I said to you before, never trust Metacritic, because they were trying to ruin the game for people before they even play it. Okay. Anyway, but based on what I've read so far, people need to get their mindset. This is why I say a lot of people don't understand video games. People need to get their mindset out of the main game and keep thinking that Nightreign is just like the main game. No, it's not. Nightreign is more like like I told you before, if you've played Dungeons and Dragons, Tower of Doom, and Shadows of Mysteria, that's what you compare Elden Rings to, but in an open world settings. Okay, yeah, the game is definitely worth it, man. And From Software need to add a one-player mode. One-player mode is still challenging. Two-player mode is still challenging. Three-player mode is still challenging. And four-player mode, the computer throws the kitchen sink at you. So they need to have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4-player, where you can play one player by yourself, 2 players, 3 players, 4 players offline. But then, if you want to take it, if you want to play in an online setting where you compare your score against other players, they need to add that. But other than that, man, the game is definitely worth it, man. So people that's judging it, that's trying to compare it to the main game, need to readjust their thinking, because they need to readjust their thinking. The Nightreign is not the main game. It's a arcade style of Elden Rings, and you compare it to games like Dungeons and Dragons, Tower of Doom, and Shadows of Mysteria, if you ever played those games. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Crystal, Star Wars, Star Trek, for Dark Side. Go. Peace. Oh.